These are the most significant examples of our natural heritage. They're the places that America loves most.
The parks protect the values of self-restraint and careful stewardship.
Parks and their preservation stand very much for what we are today as a people.
I believe that my job is helping to further the Park Service mission and the condition in which our parks are.
I think that we have a chance to set aside parts of our landscape which are worth saving forever.
I just love the National Park mission. That was really what drew me to the national parks. What a pure mission to protect things that are wonderful and make sure other people can enjoy them. And I think that's a great role for a career.
I'm Jerry Mitchell. I'm Chief of Biological Resources Management for the National Park Service.
I am Julia Brunner. I'm a Policy and Regulatory Specialist with the Geologic Resources Division of the National Park Service.
I'm Bill Jackson, and I'm Chief of the National Park Service Water Resources Division.
It's never been hard, and it's always been an honor, and I think most of the people I work with feel very much the same way.
I think I have the best job in the whole country. It's a mix of science and law, so it's always on the cutting edge, and it's always fascinating, it's always challenging.
I think it's that profound meaning of parks to people, and certainly parks to me, that make it such a privilege to work for the Park Service.
My name is Chad Moore. I'm the Program Manager for the National Park Service Night Sky Program.
My name is Christy Morris. I'm a physical scientist with the National Park Service Air Resources Division. My
specialty is science, and so I'm most interested in how I can give back to the country with science in the national parks. As scientists become concerned when we see a trend towards the degradation of our national parks. We want to stop that degradation and we want to restore it. So my particular part and what my team does is to try to protect the last of the dark skies for future generations of Americans.
I work mostly in air quality monitoring. I manage the atmospheric deposition monitoring program, which looks at pollutants that are being deposited in ecosystems. The data that we collect, you can use to look at the condition of air quality in the parks. You can also use the data to look at trends over time, to see whether pollutants are increasing or decreasing in the parks, and then that information is also used to look at ecosystems and what impacts those pollutants are having in the parks.
My name is Jeff Cross. I'm Chief of the Ocean and Coastal Resources Branch in the Water Resources Division in the Natural Resources Program Center.
My name is Peter Dratch, and I manage the Endangered Species Program for the Park Service.
I think the overwhelming concern these days is climate change, and our ocean and coastal parks are among the most vulnerable of all of our parks. Our program is trying to determine the health of the ocean, of the ecosystems in our ocean and coastal parks, and find ways to increase their resilience to climate change.
Endangered species is really the ethical underpinning of what America is about when you move beyond humans to other organisms. E.O. Wilson said you measure a culture by how it protects all life, and the Endangered Species Act is one of the most powerful laws that this country has developed that says all species have value. And the Park Service Organic Act says that these species will not be impaired. That means long before they would be put in jeopardy, no impairment will occur to those species. So we know, because species are only listed if they're in trouble, that the Park Service and the National Park Service units are some of the best places to ensure that those animals survive.
And so that's the part we play, and that's where we will be judged 50, 100 years from now, is how good of a job did we do at this juncture in maintaining that resource so people can experience it.
You think about parks, and they're more than just the preservation of a natural or a cultural heritage or a historic heritage, but they say something about all of us.
If you
go through the national parks, you can't help but have a better feeling about being an American.
I think setting aside these places in perpetuity and protecting them is the greatest idea that America ever had, and it's really the legacy of America.